You want to be like Meb or Shalane? You want to be like our U.S. runners who have just won the New York City and the Boston Marathon, the biggest marathons in the world? You got to get gritty. You got to get tough. You got to be at your peak performance when it is hardest. You've got to be focused on improving your performance day in and day out if you want to be like those folks. And this is where we have the power, this community I've talked about, the access to information, the things that we can do through all of you. It's right here. We have it. We have it. We're sitting on it. And it revolves around the foundation of data analytics and business intelligence. You're not going to read this whole thing, and you don't have to, but it just came out 2 days ago from the Department of Insurance, and it says Ohio has amongst the lowest insurance premiums in homeowners and auto, 9th and 14th. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, but you know what? When you compare yourselves in your agency, in every one of those national surveys and studies, and there's some really good ones, like what the Big I National and Reagan do with best practices, that's really awesome. For the 12 Ohio agencies that participate in that and the 255 across the country that get access to that information, it's really good. But I don't know about you. I'm not sure you really want to compare your premiums with someone in the state of North Carolina. I think they're probably a little bit higher, I suspect, because there's hurricanes that go through there. They have coastal regions. Well, I haven't seen a hurricane come across Lake Erie lately. Maybe you guys have, but it doesn't happen. We're in a unique marketplace where you should have the ability to understand your performance as it relates to someone who looks, feels, and acts like you. So you can actually truly understand what your business looks like and how you're performing.
And OIA has the largest warehouse of Ohio independent agent data of anyone. We're the only people with that kind of information. You're saying, yeah, there's other people with data, Becca, that's not really unique. Yeah, again, they've got the coastal states. They've got the whole U.S. You want information specific to the state of Ohio or to your region? We have that. We are the experts on that.
Do you want to know how you in Franklin County compare to Cuyahoga County and Hamilton County and Montgomery and Lucas? We can do that. We can do that, and you can start today.
We have 2 online tools available to you right now that you can log on to our website and purchase. You give us 5 pieces of data, and there's 2 different things you can get. One is a back-of-the-napkin valuation of your agency. How much is your agency worth? And then you can play with the data. Well, what if I increase my premium volume? What if I reduce the number of people working for me? You can see what that does to the value of your agency. We also have a really short benchmarking tool for you. 5 pieces of data, you can see how you versus your region versus your state. Quick benchmarking on a couple of hot points for you.
So you start there. It's a subscription model. It's $99. It's next to nothing to find out, get some performance benchmarking data and find out how you compare. This is a really cool thing that we brought out. This is what I talked about earlier. When you hire cool people who have innovative minds, who haven't been stuck in this industry forever and don't see how we do it versus how others do it. We brought, Kerry Wallace is leading our effort in business intelligence and data analytics, and we brought Adam and a team of data professionals on. And this is one of those areas where when I talk about getting in a state of productive discomfort, it's where I'm at. When I started this job as a CEO of this organization 2 years ago, I never thought for a second that we would have a data analytics team. I kind of thought there might be a possibility that we were on the pathway to doing that. We've got a data analytics team, and I can't imagine it any other way now. I can't even believe we did it for as long as we did without a data analytics team. We've got data professionals doing nothing but crunching numbers to try to help you improve your performance. And this is one of the products to do it. I touched on it a little bit earlier. This will show you how you compare to your region. Now, we're not going to compare you to your next door neighbor. We're not going to give away, it's all going to be aggregate data. But we'll throw a 10-county region out there. We'll show you if you're in a county of Clark County, 100,000 people. We'll show the other 1,700,000 community county populations and show you what you look like in comparison to that. We'll show you in comparison to the fastest 10% growing across the state. Your peers, same size. You will get a look at your performance in 6 different places. And we're going to walk through each one of these. So you'll be able to see, how does my agency compare to all the others who look, feel, and act like me and are in my actual marketplace? So you can start to improve that performance. You can hit your peak performance at the time when you need it most. So let's dive into this. Operational product mix. Many of you probably are sitting there and saying, well, I know I'm 70-30, I'm 60-40, I'm 50-50. We can tell you. We can tell you with precision. Got most of the data already. You give us a little bit more, we'll be able to tell you even with greater precision. But we can tell you how you stack up to all those other competitors out there, all those other people who are in the same pool that you are. We can tell you if you're 90-10, you might have some really high risks. And you might want to start to rebalance that. Not that I'm not saying anything revolutionary here. I'm just trying to tell you, we can show you how you stack up against those other categories. Fastest 10, region, similar size, and across the state. You'll have an understanding of that.
Your employee age distribution analysis. This covers the age of your employees, but also benchmarks you against other agencies, like we've said, even into what position they are in your agency. So do you have a bunch of young producers and old CSRs? Are you mixed the right way that you need to be relevant into the future? We also talk about generational health. This is slightly different. This is saying your agency owners is one of the pieces we dig in here. There's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot you need to be in. I know millennials suck. We don't. But you need to have the right mix of people in your agency. You need to have the right pathway forward to help move the knowledge from your baby boomers down to your millennials. So we're going to tell you where you're at.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see it on a scatter plot like this. I mean, real data that's actionable for you to see. If you're trying to serve a multi-generational customer base, you should probably have a multi-generational agency. And that's going to better position you for success in the future. You'll be able to see how you rank in comparison to all those other agencies. So if you see you're way up at the top of that, let's talk. Like, we got to start to work on that. That might be a concern. If you're in the pink there, good. You've got really good age distribution. It means your agency is set up for success in the future. But let's still talk, because there's more you can learn.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Employee
No,
compensation.
go. You keep going.
Super important. You guys know this. You're trying to hire the best possible people, and we're business people. You want to get them for the best price you possibly can get them for. We're going to tell you what other people in your area are paying those people. You know the employees are doing that research before they come to you, before they accept an offer. We're going to arm you with the data that you need in order to give competitive offers to get the right people in your office.
And to make sure that you continue to pay competitive salaries, that you continue to provide competitive benefits. These are the tools you'll have. So you wanted to guess what someone in Texas is paying when they have when their homeowners premiums are 2 or 3 times what we pay here. You'll know. You'll know what your marketplace looks like. You'll have that understanding. You'll be able to make informed business decisions armed with that information about your workforce. Your top 5 carrier impact analysis. So this is where we'll be able to show you what you mean to each carrier. And I'm talking to the agencies here, not the carriers as much at this juncture. We'll be able to show you what percentage of the book of business within a carrier you make up. How important are you to that agency? How do you compare to the rest of the state? How do you compare to the rest of the agency force within that carrier within that carrier mix? So we will be able to show you those numbers, and you'll, again, be able to make informed business decisions. Organic growth drivers. More tools that we can bring to you. We can share with you. How do you compare in others in terms of organic growth? If you've made an acquisition, how do you compare with growth with those who have made an acquisition? How do you compare with others in terms of the tools that they are using to grow and to grow their agencies and the tools that they're utilizing in their agency? How do you look and compare to those agencies that are growing, those agencies that are in your region, those agencies that are similar size? That's the RISE report.
All right, so what do you guys need to do? You need to purchase the report. So you're going to log on to our website. You have to fill out some information. We do need some historical information from you. We're going to fill in what we already know about you, which is quite a bit, but we're going to need you guys to fill in some information. You'll purchase the report. Within 2 weeks, you will have a detailed benchmarking report. That was not everything. We did not share everything with you. There's more where that came from in this report that you guys are going to get. So fill out the profile, buy the report, start learning how to get better. You're not going to get better if you don't know where you're starting.
And if you do it today, or soon, if you're here, we'll work with you. We will credit you the cost of the registration for this towards the RISE report. The RISE report is $499. It's a reasonable price to get the access to that kind of information for agencies here. We'll credit you whatever you paid for your registration per agency.
Okay, so how do you get that deal? Go to our tables. We have 2 tables out in the lobby. Go there. We have a form you can sign up. You got to take action today. For all the agencies here, take action today. Sign up. Tell me you want this product. We will get you the code in order to get you the registration off of your RISE report.
So we've got some other things coming in this same sense when we talk about data analytics, agency bench dashboards. We have the power and the ability to bring you dashboards into your agencies so you can get a look at how your performance is in the moment, in the future. That's not ready yet, but in 2019, we expect to have deliverables in terms of your agency dashboards so you can keep track of how you're performing against the benchmark and against others. You can have standardized KPIs that fit your agency that we work with you to come up with. So dashboards are on the way. All this is designed to help you make informed business decisions. So this dude, Yuki Kawachi, he is a runner from Japanese. He's called the Citizen Runner. He runs a marathon a month on average. He's this 31-year-old dude who just grits and grinds, and he's always running marathons. He's a pretty good runner. His PR is a 2:08, but he runs typically around a 2:15, which is fast. He's running like, 5 minutes a mile, maybe even better than that. Like, the dude's pretty incredible, but he's an amateur. So much of an amateur that this year, this dude won the Boston Marathon. And as you can see, have you ever seen someone cross the tape of any race, any significant race, without their hands raised up, without being excited? The closest competitor is like 5 minutes away from him. He runs through. That final picture, he finally realized he won the marathon. 30 seconds later, someone's like, hey, dude, you won the marathon. He didn't know it because he never expected to win. It was a day where it was 35 degrees and raining. All the East Africans dropped out. He didn't know they dropped out because the women start a half an hour before the men do. So there were just a bunch of runners, and Yuki's just running along, doing his thing, not paying attention. Well, he's in the lead, but he didn't have a coach. He didn't have a support system because he just runs marathons. He just goes around and does them. He's an amateur. He's not even sponsored. He won $150,000 that day and finally celebrated. Someone let him in on the secret. Dude, you were the first one to cross the finish line. Like, that's a really big deal, but he didn't know it because no one was there to support him. He didn't think he was going to win. He's clueless. He wasn't making informed decisions, but he ran a great race that day. But you have the ability to make informed business decisions. You have a trusted partner in the OIA to help you do that. You have an organization with experts that you employ, with the mission that only exists to help you grow. So you have that opportunity. You have that opportunity to work with folks who are change agents, to work with folks who are trusted advisors, business partners to you.
We have experts on staff who will help walk you through some of the things we talk about, to me, sometimes feel kind of abstract. You want to talk about benchmarking, getting better, valuations, perpetuation. We talk about these things, and yeah, I would love to do that. What do I do next? We have experts on staff who will walk you through and take these things from abstract to tactical and make you guys successful. One of the things that we started offering is the personalized valuation report. There's lots of places that do valuation, right? You can get a number from a lot of different people. We don't just give you a number. We come in, we learn about your agency. Yes, you do get a number through this, but we give you actionable insights on how to improve that number. We give you a unique offering that helps make you better. So you're thinking, why would I need a valuation? I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. Well, first of all, what I've heard from quite a few of our agents is they weren't planning on selling either. It was just one day. One day, they just came home, and that was the day they told their significant other, I think I'm done. I think I'm ready to move on. And sometimes it was too late for them to get a great plan in place. So we want to help you. Don't let one day come too soon. You guys have to take action today. One of the things we help you with is the valuation.
It's a perfect place to start. I mean, we've got professionals. Craig Neese and Carrie Wallace are here. They're our business advisors. These are people with years and years of experience advising independent insurance agencies on their needs of how to business plan, how to strategically business plan, how to financially transition their agency from where they are to wherever they want it to be, how to capitalize on that most important financial asset. Take advantage of it. They'll walk through all the risk factors with you. The report will put it in paper, but the consultative approach will help you understand how to capitalize on it, how to create opportunity out of all those risk factors. So the last thing we've got are, well, we got two things left, but this is perpetuation planning. I know it's an over-talked about term in this business, but get a quarterback. You know, there's not a lot of teams that go out on the football field without a good quarterback. That's what we can do for you. We can be a quarterback. An unbiased quarterback that's not trying to push you to sell to a national broker or get private equity money or even have you transfer to your kid. You know, you want to do that, great. But get an unbiased quarterback to help lead you through the process. Because, again, it doesn't matter who we are. We're all going to transition these businesses at some point. You're all going to do it. You might be in the middle of it today or thinking about it in 5 years. Start now.
Or 13 years and 31 days, like Seth.
13 years and 31 days. And he started already, I bet. I bet he's got a good, thoughtful plan. Maybe, yeah, he does. There's no doubt about it.
Of course he does.
Geraldo's put that together. So valuation perpetuation services. Okay.
I didn't even know that character.
Yes.
Okay. Brokering services. We help match buyers and sellers. So we keep talking about it like dating website, but I handle some HR things. I really connect with hiring a recruiter to help find a role or fill a role in your agency. How many of you guys have ever hired a recruiter to help fill a role? Okay.
And it's probably been marginal success here and
dating?
there.
Maybe I should stick with that one. No, if you've ever hired someone, you know how difficult it is to get the job post out there, go through all the resumes, weed out the people who shouldn't have applied to begin with, do the phone screens, bring them in. Hopefully you finally find the right person. If you've ever hired a recruiter, they do all that hard work for you. That's what we will do for you if you are looking to buy or sell your agency. We will do the hard work. You tell us if you're a seller, you tell us what you're looking for. What do you want to protect? What's most important to you? We will make sure we find a buyer who agrees and matches with that. So it's a match. That's what the goal is.
And there's, you know, we got access to hundreds and hundreds of agencies. And if you, look across the country, we've got access to thousands of agencies to be a part of this process. So that's what we're doing now, guys. We're turning a traditional nonprofit trade association into what I think is one of the most compelling and forward-thinking insurance business services organization to help you all run your businesses, to grow your businesses. And we're doing it with passion. We're doing it with a unique mission and a unique position in this marketplace. So join us for the journey. Get to know us. We really greatly appreciate you all being here, all the support from our company partners and supporters.
And we just wrapped up another 10K. You guys just ran 26.2 miles with us.
Give yourself a
round of applause.
Thank you all. All right, the last part of this is, what is the most difficult thing about a marathon?
It's working it into every conversation for the next year.
Have you
if
guys,
you guys come
all right,
to IACon
last
19,
joke.
I'll still be talking about it. So.
Have you ever heard this joke? How do you know someone's run a marathon?
Yeah, don't worry, they'll tell you.
Thanks, Denny. Don't worry, they'll tell you about it. It won't take long. So thank you, guys. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to get back in business here at 1:15, where we're going to talk about the evolution of the independent agent business model.